This review has been a long time coming, so let's get started with it. So this is going to be a house review, a brand review, and not just review of a particular fragrance. I will be bringing to you MMC, Mridul's Fine Fragrances. So Mridul Chopra happens to be a very knowledgeable and certified perfumer from DEHRADUN, and he has done some amazing work. I've had his stuff from last July, and over a period of 4-5 months maybe, I have like 30 fragrances from him, almost 30 fragrances from him. And all of them have been absolutely remarkable. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about his work and some of his fragrances. And yes, this is going to be a long video. So first and foremost, we are going to talk about this particular fragrance. Why this particular fragrance? This was a limited edition fragrance. He did 3 fragrances. One was Leather 1, Oud, second Oud 1, third Amber 1. And by the time I came to know about them, I could only acquire Leather 1, the bottle of Leather 1, and that was also through a stroke of good luck. So the bottle of Leather 1 comes in this beautiful box. You can see the gold foil printing, which is very evident. Each side is very properly detailed. There are some details about the brand as well, and has the logo of Scent Anatomy on the top. And I must tell you, the feel of this box is very good. This is an almost velvety matte laminated paper box, which is quite good. And the bottle of this one is quite unique. Look at that bottle. It is that the cut of the bottle is just beautiful. It is not upright. If you can see that, there is a splice in the bottom, and that is complemented by the splice of the cap. So this was excellent presentation. The bottle is beautiful ruby red. It says Leather 1 in the front, right? 50 ml bottle. You can see the amount of extra glass it has here. So it's about this much here is about extra glass, and there is a 50 ml cavity in there. The back has the label which says Leather 1. Also, this is a foil printed label. This is embossed. And it says bottle number 58, and it is signed by the perfumer himself. So there were 80 bottles of this one, and I happened to grab this one. And this one, I got a sample of it, and I asked him if there was some way I could get a bottle, and he finally was able to muster one for me. So yeah, so let's start with this. An almost medicinal leather. Straight up, unapologetic, nothing fancy about it, very nice scent. But the beauty of it is that there is a touch of sweet, spicy woodiness in the back, which becomes more prominent as the scent dries down. I have worn this scent enough to understand its performance. And it will become slightly resinous as well. So excellent fragrance, Leather 1. The next one we are going to go for is another of his best sellers, which has got a very good reputation. It is called Nile to Milky Way. So you can see I'm almost halfway done with this one. This was a 5 ml sample, so it came in. I like that it is in a metallic kind of this is not a plastic atomizer, so good work there. So transparent label that says Nile to Milky Way here. And how much I love this fragrance? Well, my wife more than I, because I had to get another 30 ml of it. So same way, the other bottle, it has the notes in the back, MMC logo embossed in the front. So good presentation, and these are good quality bottles. There is no blemish in the bottles. There's no blemish on the glass, so this is excellent. This does not even require spraying. I mean, whosoever has experienced this particular fragrance knows what I'm talking about. Through Nile and Milky Way, already here. A creamy, sweet, fruity rose fragrance, which is so atomic in performance that you can send it sillage, or you can send its projection away from you 12 to 14 feet. Room filler, absolute room filler. Killer creation. This is job well done. Nile to Milky Way. So next on the list is Chypre D. So Chypre D happens to be a fruity Chypre. Not that floral, hint of florals, but not that deeply floral. Good woody fragrance, hint of spices in there as well. So Chypre D, another very nice creation. We'll be circling back to these, so I'm just giving you my first impressions, and then we'll be coming back on how they went in the dry down. So next one here is Song in Jade. So the story behind Song in Jade. The first time I ordered fragrances from him, I asked him about. I had a good discussion about my choices and his work and whatnot. Through which I understood that he has this very good talent of getting to know you and getting to know your taste of fragrances. So he made this a very gradual thing with me, where he would give me lesser complex fragrances first, and then as we got more into his work, he would introduce me to more deeper fragrances. Oh, I can still, the Chypre D strip is about 2 feet away from me, and I can get that very nice soapy kind of a feel from the strip. Excellent. You can imagine the quality of the work here. So I asked him, I really like barbershop fragrances with a sort of green tone to them. So A Song in Jade was his recommendation. And what a beautiful recommendation this was. This has something with the note of a cypress. It's very fresh green. Woody, mature, very classy. So that's A Song in Jade. So the next one here is called Lemon Tart Extreme. Lemon Tart Extreme. The lemon note in perfumery is usually a soft, sweet note, but it was given a good twist here in Lemon Tart Extreme. Slightly soapy. Yes, definitely lemon, and some other citruses as well. Some sweet citruses like a bergamot maybe. Has a soapy character, and I think it's a touch of white florals in there. Very nice. Another scent which will be beautiful for the Indian summer. Next one we have is Musk Wool Rum. So now this was his recommendation entirely. I gave him my requirements. I asked him, I want a fragrance around benzoin, and he said, don't you worry, I just know what you need. So I asked for further description of the fragrance, just out of curiosity, and he said that it is going to be the smell of the aroma, I should say, of a quilt in winters, which has been in the sun for a while. So many of you will be able to relate, especially in the North Indian region where we have a severe winter. So Musk Wool Rum is exactly what the name is. This is so beautiful. The benzoin note is so boozy. It is so fantastic. This is winter comfort in a bottle. Musk Wool Rum, you can see another one of those which I have used quite thoroughly, and this turned out to be so beautiful. Musk Wool Rum. This is one of those fragrances that I might get a bottle down the road. Musk Wool Rum is amazing. And definitely, I don't know how he did it, but this is the work of a brilliant perfumer, where he can create an accord. Any perfumer worth his salt can create an accord. And what is an accord? An accord is a fragrance that is made by combination of fragrances. For example, leather does not have a fragrance. Leather oils, you cannot extract oil out of a leather. So a leather is always an accord in perfumery. So this is a beautiful, beautiful accord of that solar smell. Solar accords, which are usually there in perfumery, are quite summer friendly kind of a thing. So that's that. Again, next fragrance here was his recommendation yet again. mine was only the requirement, and that requirement was to have a cherry fragrance. And his suggestion was 1927 Treaty. And did it blow my mind? Yes, it did. Very nice cherry note. The sprayer is not working. Very nice. This has that soft bitterness of the cherry, as if it is combined with a gentle woody tobacco note as well. It's a 1927 Treaty. Excellent cherry fragrance. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. There is hardly any work here which I have not loved. Isle of Man. I absolutely love how these perfumers come up with names. These are so interesting names. Isle of Man. Such interesting names. Okay, and how they relate that name to that particular place. It's been a while since I sprayed these. I've not used this much. No, just basic testing. Very French. Very French. This could easily be a very cool, wintry kind of a place which has a soft, earthy, a slightly green aroma. Citrus is up top. Definitely citrus is up top. Slight amber musk kind of a dry down. Again, very good, fresh, soapy fragrance. Isle of Man. Next we have is Sacred Temptation. So Mridul Chopra has about 60 fragrances to choose from. So it is very difficult to select fragrances as per the notes, because you don't know what proportion the notes are in. Sweet, woody sweet, so beautiful. This can be a very intimate scent. I'm trying to recall a kind of fragrance that I have smelled, but it is not exactly a clone. It just reminds me of a particular scent. It has something like some darker fruits, like a plum, maybe those kind of fruits. There is definitely a resin note in it, which is very well done. It rounds off the fragrance very nicely, makes it very complete. Definitely a temptation. And some soft spices as well, just like maybe like a cardamom note. I'm getting from there. So another very good fragrance. So all this time, my first order went to him in July. I got more fragrances a couple months later, and I got more fragrances a couple months later, because I want to do a review, but I really wanted to cover as much as I can in his work. The next fragrance is again Mridul Home. So when a person puts their own name on a fragrance, you know it is going to be special. Slightly fougere. This is also a fougere and a chypre coming together. This is, oh yes, this is quite complex. Some leather note in there as well. This, oh, beautiful. Well done, Mr. Chopra. Very well done. Smoky notes, smoky leather, fougere, chypre, all in one fragrance. Mridul Home. I really thought I had to revisit this fragrance when I first sprayed it on a while ago, and now I remember why I thought that to myself. Last but not the least, there are others as well, but this is the one I'm gonna spray. This attracted me because, again, one that I have used a little bit more than the others. So this is called Cosmic Dust. So Cosmic Dust, a very nice oud, gentle oud, not in your face, not too skanky, nothing like that. Some spices. This is an oriental fragrance, and a very good oriental fragrance. Flowers, very good flowers. Touch of soapiness, cosmic dust, excellent scent. So other scents, I'm going to take a break from this and I'm going to tell you a little bit about other fragrances as well, which I have in a box here. I don't want to get too much into the details of this because I find them similar to some famous perfumes. Honey Tobacco Intense, this reminds me of Mansara's Red Tobacco. Then we have Pulp Blue Tune. Again, you see how much I have used it. This is in the community, it is compared to Roja's Elysium. So another very good version of it. Next we have is Leather Royale. This reminds me of Tuscan leather. So again, I'm not spraying this one. So I have a sample of Leather 1. So I have a bottle of Leather 1. Next few fragrances. Okay, some of these fragrances are marketed by him only as inspirations. Tuxedo, YSL Tuxedo. Tropical Root. No, this is not a clone. This is a very good fruity fragrance. Very unique, fresh, slightly green mango tone in here. So Tropical Root is another fragrance I highly recommend that you try from him. Oud 1. Mr. Chopra, this is going to be a prized possession. This is not going anywhere. I really wanted a bottle of it, my bad luck, but this is not going anywhere. Oh, still very awesome. BRE, Bakharuj extract version. We'll come back to this. Ombre Nomade. Ombre Nomade is LV's Ombre Nomade. So let's put that aside. BRE. I was talking to him when I picked up this fragrance and I sprayed it. And I said, Mridul, this just vanished. What happened? And he said, wait for it. So when a perfumer says, wait for it, wait for it. After a little while, it started to pick up strength. So I know the fragrance Bakharuj. Bakharuj is a beautiful fragrance, we all know that. So this, the extract version, this is a clone of the extract version. And it started to pick sweetness. As much as that after a while, I could not smell anything else around me but my arm, which was shouting, absolutely shouting that you have sprayed a perfume on me. It was so amazing. This is one fragrance that took me aback. I never was, but it was a little bit too sweet for my taste. I never really got attracted to buy a bottle of it, but I'm telling you, the performance of this one was super good. Right, so let's get back to these. Let's give a revisit to these. Leather 1, developing slowly. All these fragrances have very good development. They take their own time. They give me 6 to 7 hours on my skin. I don't have any problems with the projection. They go away places. So Leather 1, excellent scent. I'm very glad I picked up a bottle of it because I love leather fragrances. Slightly medicinally sweet, but not cloying. Very unique take on a leather scent. So 10 on 10 for this, and definitely adding some more numbers just for the bottle. This is a gorgeous bottle. Very well done, very well done. And I really like this splice on the top. This is a very artistic touch. Very well done with the presentation. And same way, Nile to Milky Way is a bottle that I think I'll be getting another 50 ml of it in proper presentation. I really wanted that because this happens to be my wife's favorite fragrance. Excellent. Rose, just a jammy sweet rose, but not cloying, and it just fills up a room heavily. This is going to be a beautiful winter fragrance though. Right, so Nile to Milky Way, Chypre D, getting more and more soapier, but holding on to very good floral character. Slightly heavy base is detectable now, so excellent job with this one as well. Chypre D. I think this is, here it is, spiced coffee. Say hello again, because we have introduced this and talked about this in the previous video. Right, next we have Song in Jade. Beautiful citrus happy fougere. Very nice, excellent barbershop. Typical barbershop fragrance. Typical, very typical. Typical to its category, I mean. LDE, Lemon Tart Extreme. Sweet lemon. Bit of heaviness in the back. Excellent. Musk Wool Rum. Love this scent. Love how it captures that solar, that sun, and that when that quilt feel. This is very nice. Very 1927 treaty. Very well done. Beautiful cherry. Hint of some boozy balsamic tone. Love it. Next we have here is Isle of Man. This is another very good chypre, but in the dry down it becomes slightly easy, I could say. So, but fresh green in the opening, that will last you for a good while. Very nice. Next we have here is Second Temptation. Sweet, woody, very royal in character, very nice scent. And Mridul Chopra. This is just another level of perfumery. This is so good. This reminds me of leather, this reminds me of smoke, balsamic tones, florals, animalics. Bold, very bold. Good job. Good job. Last but not the least, another one of my favorites, Cosmic Dust. So to list out my favorites, Cosmic Dust, Leather One, Nile to Milky Way. Any others that I really recommend are Song in Jade, Mridul Chopra, off the top of my head, and you've heard the reviews. These are excellent fragrances. Mridul Chopra. Wait, 1 second. I have a sample set as well. Almost forgot. Very sorry. So this is a sample set that he has. It has 6 fragrances in here, like that. So some of them have handwritten labels on them. Do I mind? No, I don't. Potion of Saraf was very nice. I remember. This was also a very good fragrance. Oh, this. Where has this been? Shipra Station I've tried. Shipra Station was good. Niju Roji. One of the most beautiful tea fragrances that I've ever experienced. Very refreshing. Very refreshing. Niju Roji was just fantastic. So yeah, that's about it from my side on Mridul's fragrances. Mridul Chopra, great job done. My congratulations to you on all these fragrances, and I hope to experience more of your work. So thank you everyone for watching this video. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and do follow me on Instagram, and we'll be in touch, and I'll be back with another video very soon.